not in the Airbnb anymore.
No.
That's fine. That's good news. We are just doing a little bit of relaxing today because there's a couple reasons. It's super duper hot outside. And we really just needed to relax a little bit. So we took it.
Threw on some Yellowstone and just passed out.
We did. And I've got this wheel here that's got a million names on it. And I'm going to kind of go through. I don't know. Oh, I was showing it wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got It's Marley, Pursue You Coaching, Michelle C, John L, Tyler M, Helen B, Dawn T, and I'm not sure if that's all. I think that's all of you.
Yeah.
But we've got Dawn T with 20 entries. We've got Helen B with 20 entries. We've got It's Marley with 10, Pursue You with 20, Michelle C with 20, John L for 5, and Tyler M for 10 entries. So we're gonna go ahead and hit this button here. I'm gonna go. It says shuffle, so I'm gonna shuffle. I hit the shuffle. I'm gonna hit shuffle again. And then it just says tap to spin. I'm gonna tap to spin, and we'll put it right there. Of course, I can't see where it's gonna land, but it'll tell us. Our winner is John L.
Oh, John L.
John
you just
L.
won
is
a
our
root
winner.
camp, a full 11 hours with Lee and Sherry.
Look
How
what
about
John
that?
won.
Congratulations, John. If you just send an email, we will provide you with a link to schedule all 11 hours.
That.
And you basically will be going through, I don't know, connection to yourself. Yeah.
So we'll do that again. We'll
congratulations,
be
John.
here for maybe about 15 or 20 minutes because we're going to start calling it a night.
So congratulations, John.
Congratulations, John. So we're going to call it a night kind of early. Not early, but kind of soon. I'm trying to fix this because I didn't get him to fix it in the first place.
An email.
And so I'm going to get a bath. I'm going to bathe. It's that time of the month for me to bathe. It didn't come out right. I'm in my 50s. I went through menopause. It's not that time of the month. It's time of the month for me to
Hi,
shower.
Tyler. Hi, Shannon.
Hi,
Hi, Lisa.
Tyler.
Lisa,
Hi, Lisa.
awesome. Wisco lady. Hi, Nathan. Good
Hi,
to see
everybody.
you.
So we're gonna go ahead
Teresa, hello.
and run another contest. There are some things. Check this out. So there are a few of you that won some prizes that haven't received them yet because they burn up in the fire.
But there's that.
And I know that somewhere I have a list of those people, and it could be on my computer, which burn up.
It's crispy critter.
But I believe I'm gonna get it worked out. I'm gonna figure it out. But if you happen to want a contest where I think it was on an Ask Sherry, but I think it was on an Ask Sherry and Lee, and I ran a contest where you get a little prize in the mail, and I believe I had 5 of them. So yeah.
And don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on notification because we're going to be coming on a lot.
A lot. We are not in any way, shape, or form done with all the hard work we have to do, but it's starting to get easier and a little bit better. It's been super cool opening up your gifts, so thank you for those who sent gifts on the Amazon wish list. That was super cool, and thank you so much. I am going to be doing Ask Sherry tomorrow, I believe.
Are you doing Ask Sherry tomorrow?
I believe so.
Nice.
I don't think there's anything stopping me.
Are we pulling any cards or anything?
Yeah. I can pull, I can do Cash App card pulls right now for a few minutes. Um, and, yeah.
I don't think my entry made it. Whiskey Lady put.
Yeah,
I believe it did.
you did. Yeah, I just didn't mention you, you did. Um,
Yeah. Is it on there?
hang on, it might not have been. Let me see. Let me see. Hang on.
Love Ash Sherry Mondays.
Sherry Monday.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, hang on just a second. No, I'm going to tell you.
We're checking, Whiskey Lady. We're checking.
Checking. We're checking. There were so many names on this list. There wasn't so many names. There were so many entries because some of them had 10, some of them had 20 entries. It was a lot.
Did the guard survive? Teresa asked.
The what? It did. Teresa, it did. It sure did. The gourd.
Gourd. Oh.
The gourd she sent us. Remember the real pretty decorated one?
Oh yeah. Yes,
it did survive,
yeah.
which was odd because
it was on the
in
Venmo. She put Whiskey Lady put.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here then.
Yeah, you're on the
Let me
list.
put it there. Yeah, and you know what? Brent wasn't. I didn't mention him either, and I didn't mention Cindy, but. yours
Whiskey
was on
Lady, I
there,
think
too.
your name was on there, not your actual Whiskey Lady name. So
Yeah. I just didn't mention them. They were on there. I think.
yes.
And Tyler's. Did I say him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did say him. I'm double checking everything because now she's got me paranoid. Because I don't want to. I want to make sure it was fair.
Yeah, it was fair. I know it was.
I just.
Hello,
didn't
Miss
want-
Temples. Thank you. Thank you for the Father's Day, Shannon. So we got hit with a pretty good, interesting question over the weekend. And actually, I'll read it to you because I thought it was quite interesting, but I thought it didn't make any sense, so I just spoke the truth about it because there's so many people who want to say so many things about this connection, but they really don't get it. So the question was, is there scientific evidence to support the concept of twin flames? How can we determine if our partner is truly our twin flame or just a random person we met? So finally, okay.
You're just gonna go ahead and read your.
I'm just going to read the response because I was very direct, and I don't think we can be much more direct than this. A connection is a feeling. Thought can't do anything to the feeling, and it's a direct match in the feeling. The feeling can wake you to the way you think. The way you think is infected with too much past and too much future and not enough presence. This feeling now will show you the depth of your pain, which is given a choice. Would you live a life of feeling versus a life of thinking? It's not science, it's feeling, which what you feel is your truth. Your mind's translation is the issue. You will not heal what you don't let yourself feel. It's not science, it's humanity's truth. We used to be connected to each other. Someone came up with the bright idea that thoughts mattered more than feeling. This is the infection. I need to put this. This is the infection. This connection is here to heal. It's not the words I'm stating here. It's the feeling you feel inside. When you know, you know. So I don't know if that really resonates with anybody, but I can tell you, we're sitting in this and we're telling you, what if all this pain was supposed to be the energy that keeps you together, not rips you apart? And we're just not all paying attention to that. So, hence why Leigh and Sherry are now focused on making sure the world understands connection or knows what connection is, not understands, because understanding is more mind thing, knowing is more feeling thing. So, we're going to continue to do that because we're realizing how much you don't heal if you don't feel. Agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
that's our 2 cents. If you guys have anything you guys want to talk about today, we got a few minutes. We could do that with you. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything. Oops. Let me get back to it. I moved it out of the way. There we go. Oh. So I'm back to real time. Okay. So it says, okay.
He flew
okay.
off a minute. He'll be back.
Hi. Oh, Angie Church. Hi.
Hi.
Olga. Hello. Oh, pick me to agree. Fun fact, I never watch your story playlist, but I watch it this weekend for the first time. Wow, Tyler, you're just watching our journey for the first time?
Tyler, do you still like me?
Quantum entanglement, Nathan Elliott said. So, yeah,
Don't judge us, Tyler.
we couldn't. You get so wrapped up in mind stuff.
For sure.
It's so easily to do that. It is so easy to get wrapped up in your head and not focus on what the actual feeling represents. I mean, when you have a life full of doing that, and then this connection comes along, you want to make it more mind stuff than more feeling stuff, which is relationship versus connection.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
It's super tough.
I wish we would have been taught connection when we were younger.
It's super tough because
Didn't
we're taught to live in our thoughts, right? And isn't it even the Buddha said we are what we think?
I don't agree. That's the one thing I just don't agree that we are.
Am I wrong on that?
I don't know. I think it's
Don't you
more.
think?
Thinking is more of.
What is it?
I don't know. It's kind of like asking you the question: do you even like who you are in your own story before you even get to feel who you are in your own story? One has a ton of attention to it. The other doesn't. Like your feelings don't get attention. That's why a lot of people can say my feelings don't matter or I don't matter or I'm not enough. They keep saying these things because that feeling isn't being made important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when the feeling isn't being made important, you start to feel less than. You start to feel like something is happening to you. So our goal is to kind of show that shows up in just about every choice you make. Anyway, yeah, there's that.
Every choice.
Every choice. Every choice you make from not having connection is a choice you're making not having connection. But every choice you make having connection is a choice you're making for connection.
Right.
It's really interesting until you really look at what connection really stands for. But we don't use that word when that word is the simplest way to explain this connection. It has nothing to do with anything that we want or think it does. It has everything to do with what we feel it does. And just imagine something where you can actually have somebody connect to your feelings. I mean, I think that matters more than anything else. I want to know if my witchy ex-mother-in-law or aunt are sorry for the crap they did to me, says Teresa. That's a good question. I didn't realize there were all these questions up here. Okay, let's see.
Read that again.
Okay, let me go back to it. Teresa said, I just want to know if my witchy ex-mother-in-law or aunt are sorry for the crap they did to me. Oh, right.
I mean, we have no way to know that.
Yeah.
But I have a couple questions.
Right.
I mean, first of all, how do we know she's a witch?
She said witchy. I think she's describing her behavior.
Right. So, right. Yeah, she didn't necessarily call her a witch.
Right.
Although maybe that's not bad. You know what I mean? Maybe it would be a great thing if she was. I don't know. I don't know much about witchcraft. I don't know much about it. I know some things, but not much. I'm not a witchcrafty person. But I'm more of an energy, you know what I mean? I'll feel if it's icky or not.
Right.
It's not that I don't believe in that people can put spells on people and things like that. I do at times, but I don't know. But I can say this: if somebody's hurt you and they hurt you intentionally, I'm sure they don't feel great about it.
True. John Lyne said, what is your opinion on ancestral pain? I can see a pattern from my grandmother to my mother, which rubbed off on me and my siblings.
Oh, John.
Yeah. So
just got your root camp.
Yeah, you just got your root camp, but I want you to see it differently. It's not so much an opinion on ancestral pain. What you witnessed was one form of feminine connection breaking off another form of feminine connection, which anytime you're in the feminine, you probably, when it comes to your twin, if they're in the feminine, you feel that disconnect and start behaving the way they did. You can't see it because you don't know how to heal it. So you stay in it thinking that that's connection without even going deep into what it really did to you or what it really did to them. So a lot of our breaking that we found that happened from this TF connection or soul connection or whatever, however you want to look at it. Here's the simple way to look at it. If you can't trust your mother and father, this connection is going to destroy you. And it's going to destroy you for the better good. It's not going to destroy you for the things that you think. It's going to make you see that you're repeating what they did and you're the one that can heal what happened there or choose not to. But it's not an easy thing to do because you don't know how to absorb that feeling all the way because you have it on top of your feelings. And that's probably why you have a lot of that not enough or feel less than. You probably go through a lot of those kind of historical wounds. And what you're doing is you're taking the pain and making it a part of the connection because of the two people you're connected to there. We're not talking in connection when we should be. And that's how simple this connection could be if we all paid attention to it. But we've made it complex because of this, because of that, because of this. And it just keeps going back and forth.
Wounds hereditary?
You will absorb what hurt them and make that part of your own hurt. Yes.
I agree.
And it's not.
I think they are definitely hereditary.
I don't think we do it. I don't think if we knew it ahead of time, we would treat it differently. But because we don't look at it ahead of time, we grow up thinking we're making our own choices when literally the same choices have been made for ancestors before us and people were. I mean, if you look at the family line, they're the reason why you can't trust this connection, not the connection itself.
Right.
You never learned how to trust connection, so what you're doing is practicing what you already did learn. You practice that you could have connection or that you couldn't. So, so hopefully that answered the question there, John. Fact, like it or not, connection makes you feel whether you want to or not. True. Let's go, lady. Connection over correction. Ooh, I love that.
Let's go, lady. Was that the one that I was asking?
Yes,
about
yes.
The list?
And Angela said, I became aware of ancestral patterns playing out through me, etc. John said, has anyone else noticed the same pattern of pain in their family? Has anyone been able to help their family with understanding their pain? My family ignores it and my pointing it out. See, John, that's what I'm saying. You're in a loop believing that your family doesn't. This here is why this root camp will heal you. Because making, well, the statement is, my family ignores his pain and he's pointing it out. But the truth is, us as kids, you as kids, learn to stuff our pain down to pay attention to the pain in the room. So we didn't speak vocally when that pain was occurring, so they didn't know we needed connection then. So this is where it becomes false in you. And what happens is this triggers you to think that even the person you're directly connected to, in this case, if you are connected to your twin or with G, when that happens, you end up going, she doesn't care about how I feel. She doesn't, and if you're saying those kinds of things, it's based on what you believe, not what they believe. You're the one stating this is the belief. So now you've got to make sure that you're right. This is the painful space that most people don't know. This is where your pain isn't even being connected to by yourself. You've never accessed your own pain in order to let yourself love yourself through your pain. So don't expect them to give you something you're not giving yourself. That is hard to do.
Be one of the worst.
It is one of the hardest things. We want to make our pain the only thing that exists. We don't want to
Inherently.
Yeah. Because when you were hurt when you were younger, everybody came and surrounded you and it healed instantly. But when that stopped, you stopped trusting people with your pain. And this is where our vulnerability gets completely lost and completely disconnected. And then this connection comes along and our vulnerability shows back up again, only to lose it for the same reasons. So we're repeating a loop that's psychological, a loop that's going to keep you guessing as to what this connection is trying to tell you. But the only thing that's going to help you heal this part of yourself is your pain. And that's why we created Root Camp, because it's a connection to your pain. You won't let anybody connect to you without your pain. That's just the truth. That's the way we work as humans. So hopefully that answered your question, John. Teresa said, Leah, I think we do know the connection at birth. We just forget it. You're born from pain. You're connected to through the pain. When they first see you, the love that showed up from that pain is the love that you actually felt at first. So when you are in pain, you got loved. This becomes something the mind makes into a problem, and it doesn't need to be. Your pain isn't the issue. The way you let yourself be loved in the pain is. Angela said, at John Lyons, eventually they get it and accept it because they'll get it when they are ready to see it and hear it. And again, this is a lot of belief, but there's also, how do you just go and tell them by being vulnerable what your pain is all about? If you won't tell somebody about your pain, if you won't tell somebody about your hurt, think about how many times you actually hurt and you don't tell anybody. And then you get around people and you don't tell anybody. Think about that and then ask yourself, do I know how to abandon myself? Well, you just found your answer. If you know how to hide your pain and your hurt in front of people who love you, they're not the ones hurting you. You are. And it's hard to see that. It is so hard to see it. But you could change that. And we're not even going deep here. We're just talking about that's like steps in, but it's hard to get there because your mind won't let it happen. Let's see. Oh, itchy, I think is what she meant instead of witchy. They're both dead, is what Teresa said. John Lyons, how do you do that when your family gaslights and uses logic to ignore the pain? See, John, you're still making their thoughts more important than your feelings. When do you make your feelings more important than their thoughts? This isn't them doing that to you. When do you change that? Because when you change that, they can't approach you with that kind of energy anymore because it's not going to phase you or affect you. How do you make your pain more important than what their thoughts are? Because what you're doing here, even with what you're stating, is still making what they say and their logic and who they are more important than your own pain. When do you let somebody love you in pain, John? Hello, Jen Huber.
Teresa, the answer is yes. Just saying.
Yes. Angela, agree you accept it first. Good. Hot said, hi, loves. Hi, Hot. How are you?
Hey,
Good to see you. So we thought we'd come on here. We did the drawing. You're doing Ask Sherry tomorrow?
I am going to do Ask Sherry tomorrow.
So there'll be cards to be pulled tomorrow. I accepted my pain, and eventually my mom came around. Isn't that interesting, Angela? When you fully accept your own pain, connection starts to work for you rather than against you. It's like, but it's hard to do. We're never saying that anything that we're mentioning here is not hard to do. And there are certain things you have to do to go inside of yourself to achieve that. It's just most people don't know how to start that. Most people don't know what the steps are. Psychology isn't the way. Coaching isn't the way. Your pain is the way. Your pain is your truth. Never, never, ever, ever don't believe that your pain is here to give you something, not take something away from you. So, wow. So, yeah, I think we're going to kind of...
Hey, Jen.
Yeah,
Jen
Jen Huber's in here, yes. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
All right, so we're doing root camps. We are doing healing. We are doing classes. We talked about the classes. I think if you watched our update over the weekend, we're going to be doing classes. Pain and connection, sexual abuse, and vulnerability. All three of the classes are going to be out there. Trust us. These will at least give you some starting spots to kind of help start healing some things. And they're going to go pretty deep pretty quickly. Jen said, love and miss you both. We love and miss you too. Olga said, I'm trying to differentiate when to set healthy boundaries and when to remove protection to connect. Olga, the question is, do you think you need boundaries if you're connected to yourself? You felt it? You went. It's hard. Boundaries and being connected to yourself. Which one? No, imagine this. If you were connected to yourself, anybody who is disconnected, they don't know how to approach you. They're going to feel the energy of that connection, and that's the boundary. Anything else is going to be mind noise. And they're going to purposely step on your boundaries because the feeling doesn't match the connection that you're trying to achieve within yourself and within other people. So stop looking for boundaries. Boundaries are a really surefire way of just being safe. What we learn as children about being safe is there's a metal box like a piggy bank, and you can put money on the inside of it, and then you can lock it with a combination. Nobody's getting to you if you're being safe. Nobody has access to your feelings when you're safe. Safe is an illusion that your pain is going to somehow subside, and all it does is really get worse and get actually kind of, it self implodes. Stop being safe, stop boundaries. I'm sorry, I just don't agree with that. I've tried boundaries. Boundaries don't seem to connect you to another person. A boundary is just a rule that we're creating in relationship. This is connection. It says your rules. That's literally what connection will do. Connection will make you suffer until you start realizing it's suffering because you're trying to make it into a relationship. Relationship and connection are not the same thing. No way it will ever be the same thing. Oh, hello, my twins. Hello. Is it Sajina? Sajina? Yeah, she often is on our... Yeah, we are. Excited for another vulnerability class, says Tyler. Awesome. If you haven't done root camp, go for it. Game changer for your life, said
Thank
Jen.
you.
Thank you, Jen. Jen does it as well. Nathan, happy Father's Day lead. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that, Sherry. Hope you had a great birthday the other day.
I did.
You had a good... You
I
had
did.
a birthday yesterday. You got
I did.
birthday twice this
Was
week.
it yesterday? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
we
it
all
was
came
my
with cake
birthday
yesterday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday was my birthday. It was great.
A friend surprised us yesterday with a birthday
That
cake
was
and
so
saying
nice.
happy
That
birthday.
was
It was
so nice.
awesome.
I got great friends. You know,
Olga, thank you. This really helps with my confusion.
I'm
Oh.
having a bit of an issue with. I want to talk about this tomorrow night a little bit about who we were versus who we are,
Man,
right?
the past.
And what if we get judged for who we were? Right? Like, I'm certainly not the person you met.
You were healing.
You know what I mean?
You were in the process of healing you.
Mm-hmm.
You hadn't even gotten to anybody else. And you
Right.
still were struggling to get to anybody else
Right.
yet because there was so much still you were doing more of, I've got to feel this to know this, but I need to just stay with the truth.
Right.
Well, the truth is you were still in a lot of pain from what happened to you a long time ago.
Right.
That's what caused the whole big spill.
Right.
But if you look at it, it connects all back to it.
Yeah.
It connects back to the thing that I would probably ask you with the way you put that is, if you no longer judged you, would you know if anybody was judging you?
No.
So we just have to
Yeah.
heal in that space. We just,
Right.
as long as we can heal in the space
Interesting.
of, if you heal what you're judging you for, when somebody goes to judge you, you don't take it as judgment. You take it as,
Right.
oh, wait a minute, something I've done hurt you. Let me spend some time with you to see what that is.
Right.
And really connect to how it made you feel.
Yeah.
Because connection doesn't necessarily know, judgment doesn't apply in connection, but we all want it to.
Right.
And that's where the confusion lies, because confusion is, I should know, but I don't know, but I should know. So it's just a trap. Let go of confusion. You don't need it. Angela said, yes, happy Father's Day. All dads, ours is in September in Australia here. Oh, hi, it's Snow White from I'm the ho, I too ho. Oh, put saw in your, oh, yeah, we know who you are. You come in. You stayed so close to us during when you were sick. This one here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she really checked on you every day.
Oh.
Every single day I got a message from her. And she sent hearts and she sent love. So she's a significant part of your healing. So thank you for that. It's Zaina. I'll just call you Zaina because I think that's an easier way for us to pronounce it. Sherry, how do you recommend setting healthy standards with this man I'm seeing? He's not my twin because I kept moving forward. Sending y'all lots of love and good vibes. That's how she's asking you that question.
How are you going to set healthy boundaries?
Healthy standards.
Healthy standards.
With this man.
Gosh,
I got a good question.
I don't know if you should be setting standards at all.
Right.
Or boundaries at this point.
Maybe the question should be, how do you accept each other's pain?
Yeah, and how
You know
are you
what I mean?
communicating about it?
True.
Even if
Yeah.
they're, you know what I mean? If there's been some painful things already, or if not, they're coming. And without there being a spiritual connection, right? Or maybe there is a spiritual connection. Let me rephrase that. Without there being sort of let's say call it a twin flame connection, or you know what I mean. Without that being present, because I feel like you can be spiritually connected to so many people. Um, I'm not
So
sure that you should be.
So how you said something very powerful here behind it, and I do want to say I want to make sure that I put what Tyler put. For me, I use let's be honest, still use at times. Boundaries as an excuse to stay disconnected. I see boundaries as the walls of my isolation fortress.
Yeah.
You know what? That is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard somebody actually say, according to what it feels like. Zaina, thank you. She put, Hout said, well, I don't want to fall into an abusive relationship with this man. Do you want a relationship with this man or do you want a connection with this man?
She already said that they weren't. He's not her.
There's definitely a connection, but I
Okay.
want to be taken care of also and not just the one healing him. So let go of healing him. Don't do that. Don't you won't you
Right.
don't see you're already if you're already saying healing him and I can heal him, don't do that. Don't no. Actually do 30 minutes with us. Let's talk and we can actually
Yeah.
help you connect to what that is.
Yeah, because you don't want to push him away.
Because when you're saying I don't want to be the one healing him, you're already setting yourself up to be disconnected. You heal each other through sharing your pain. You don't heal each other by one person saying, I can heal them, I've healed this part of me. Don't do that because you're already disconnecting from the connection and you're already turning it into a relationship. A connection doesn't need you to change their pain. It needs you to accept your own pain and their pain. But you got to accept your own pain first. And if you struggle to do that, you'll turn it into a relationship. There are so many loops and blocks as to what changes it,
Right.
isn't there? I mean, think about how we tried to make it a relationship. I mean,
Oh.
Tyler, you're watching it. We kept trying to turn it into something, and
Oh.
it's okay. I feel like I'm doing the Reiki too much, and I share, but he shuts down. He's shutting down because he already feels rejected
Yeah.
by you.
Yeah.
And once that rejection reaches a certain point, he's going to give you exactly what your father gave you, exactly what your mother gave you. And then you'll be stuck in that loop until you realize it. So I would say look for that. But this is all pointing to something where you learned how to put aside what you feel for people you're connected to. Probably an overbearing mother, I would believe. A mother who probably either was trying to play
it's
both
drinking
roles,
water again.
whether she tried to be both mom and dad, but she tried to do everything for everybody, and you kept watching her do that. So, how I would tell you, you can heal that. So, come talk to us. And anybody out there, if anything that we said here resonates with you, there's 30 minutes there. There's also there's plenty of things that we're going to be doing. We want to help you guys get connected. The more of us talking connection and the less of us talking this twin flame bullcrap, we're going to change connection here on the planet. And it's got to go back the other way. Our feelings have to matter more than our thoughts. It's time for that to happen. And we're only one voice, but we seem to be the only voice. We're trying to change this.
Right.
If we cared about each other's feelings more than we thought about, or more than the other person's thoughts, or more than what other people think, wouldn't we heal? Wouldn't we all heal if we made our feelings more important than our thoughts? I know it's a big thing, but
Man.
somebody's got to start it because we can't stay stuck like this. Look at what's happening already around us. Everybody's in their head. Everybody's just staying in their head. And how is anybody connected to anybody's feelings anymore? It's just, when we started this, that's what it was about for us. We kept putting each other in pain, but then we realized we were in pain without each other and with each other. We just weren't sharing our pain with each other, which made our love stronger, not worse.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is hard to get that across because who's talking like that? Hello, Hugs for Humanity. Why is it so challenging with your twin? This is going G on so long. He connects and gives and goes away. So, Zaina, what's happening to you? When did you learn to accept love from someone you're connected to? That's the direct question. So, what's hard is, how do you receive love? The toughest question to answer on the planet is that one question. How do you receive love? Not how do you like to receive love. How do you actually receive love? We keep finding the same thing over and over and over again. You have to be hurt by somebody you love in order to receive love from them. It's so far away from what you should be receiving. But literally, you expect to be hurt, and that's exactly what you get, is what you
Right.
expect. So when you expect to get hurt, you keep doing the same thing, thinking it's going to change the love at some point. But we all learned how to love through hurt. And when you kept getting hurt by a parent, you kept getting hurt by a sibling, you kept getting hurt by family, when you found love, at first you might not have been hurt, but then it turned into hurt because that's what you're used to getting. It's hard to see. Believe me, it is. But we've done enough root camps to know that at this point. We've spent the time that it takes to pay attention to what connection does. And it goes far deeper than even what we're saying here. So in dialing back the intensity of my love, I'm pushing away. Do you think love knows what dialing back is? How is love dialing back anything? Make that make sense. Are you pushing away because you're enough? Or are you pushing away because you're not? I need to stay more open. Yes, come talk to us. Love heals the pain simultaneously. I don't agree with that either. Yeah, see, it's like we believe that love heals. No, pain heals. Pain heals, then you find love inside of the pain. You can't, you're putting love before pain. It doesn't work that way. Birth even shows you pain comes first, love comes after. But it's inside of the pain. It's not, we're saying the direction wrong. Connection wants you to see it differently. Hello, beautiful souls. Allie D. Hello, Allie. Yeah, Hugs, I don't agree with that. I really, I think there's a feeling that hits me and it hurts when I read that, because we've never, in the experiences we've had, love didn't heal the pain. The pain healed us. Then the love came because the pain came first.
Pancake.
Pain has to come. We're trying to put love in a space where pain is, not realizing that the pain holds the love on the inside of it, or it comes from it.
Pain still comes first.
Pain always comes first. And if you can't choose the pain first, you're going to be suffering. You're going to make the other person feel like, oh, well, the pain doesn't have, how do you believe that you can be loved without your pain? Does anybody believe you can be loved or hurt without your pain? And if so, email me, email us. We would love to hear from you with your proof, because we've yet to find that after everything we've experienced. It's hard to find. Hey, Allie, that's step first, then pain to creation. Pain is the only creation energy that we've seen that actually heals anything. I've to sink that in. I feel where you say pain first, then love.
Yeah.
We're saying pain, and then we're saying, and when you have a pain connection, when the connection and the pain is in a vulnerable state, love comes from the vulnerability of the pain. You can't get around that. You can't shortcut it. You can't try to exclude the pain, because pain is what birthed you, and pain is what's going to keep birthing you. It's not here to take you and make you miserable. It's here to help you. It's here to guide you through the love that you actually do have on the inside. Oh, hi, Rosie. So, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. This was awesome. We didn't get anybody to pull a card.
We didn't even promote that. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're fine. We forget sometimes. We're
Yeah,
not.
we do.
We don't have dementia. We're just a little older.
But Ask Sherry will be back tomorrow night.
I will be back tomorrow night with my Ash Cherry. That'll be an interesting time.
Yeah. And we love you guys, and thank you guys for taking time with us today. And if you're just watching the replay,
Right here, 7 p.m. tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Not denying that all pain is where love flourishes and strengthens connections and growth. We're just telling you from inside of this connection as deep as we've been together, almost 19 years now. The pain,
Wow.
the pain itself, if it weren't for the pain and what the pain really got us to really break down and become, we realized who we were. We realized we weren't our story. We realized we weren't all these things. But if it weren't for the pain, we would have never discovered that. And if we would have never exposed our pain, we wouldn't be sitting here.
Right.
And we're together and we can get through things because of the pain. We realized that discarding the pain, discrediting the pain, and not even sharing the pain with each other was causing everything to just disconnect. So you have to have pain and connection in order, but you got to know what your pain's asking of you. And that's hard to do because there's so many stories that would come from our pain from. Excited to see you tomorrow. Heidi, 123 said.
All right.
Someone you connected is the stable without pain or dies weak to get every time through pain. I'm not sure I understood that, Zana. Have a good Sunday, Tyler. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Rosie, for the happy Father's Day. I appreciate that. And we're excited, and she's going to be there. So it'll be beautiful.
Be there tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. Ask Sherry. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sherry's going to go take a bath.
And Lay's going to love watching you take a bath. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye, everyone.
Night.